Welcome back to another review by Mega Train Lover. Today we're having a look at the first of 4 locomotives I've purchased from the London Festival of Railway Modelling, and in actuality I have purchased 6, but I'm only going to be reviewing 4 of them. That's because one of them is a Bachmann Class 108 in British Rail Green, but because I used to have a Bachmann 108 DMU in BR Blue and Grey, and I've already done a review on that, you can go check that one out to basically see what a 108 is like, because they're basically the same, only the livery is different. If you're wondering, the blue and grey one I sold quite a while ago, hence why I've bought a green one. The 6th loco is a Bachmann Class 57XX pannier tank. To be exact, it's an 8750. It's an updated version of the 5700, but the reason why I won't be doing a review on that is because as soon as I brought it home, the motor literally burnt. I applied power on DC, went a tiny bit forwards, and then the motor just started smoking, and then it just died. So now I've contacted my local model shop. I've contacted Bachmann to see if they can do anything about it. I mean it was a very cheap. It was only about 40 quid, but still, it's better if you get a working model. But anyway, regardless, I'm going to be reviewing 4 locomotives, and the first of which, as you can see, is not a Hornby, neither a Bachmann model. It's by Heljan or Heljan. I think it's Heljan because they're a Danish company. So yeah, a Heljan Class 33. And as you can see, the locomotive is not in the box. I've already taken it out, I've DCC'd it, given it a run in. So yeah, but it is a Class 33. And if we pick up the box, which I must say is a really nice sturdy box. If we turn to the side, you can see it's a Class 33, item 34111, number D6577 in the BR plain green early version. So basically the very first livery which the Class 33s appeared in. And as you can see, it says an 8-pin DCC, and there's no information on the box like you get with the other manufacturers. You get a history on the class. All the history on the class is on the instruction manual, which is included in the box. But as usual, I have filed it away. But I must say it's a really nice box. But we're going to be talking about a bit of history about the Class 33. So the Class 33 was a type of diesel locomotive built between 1960 and 1962, and in total 98 were built by the Birmingham Railway Carriage and Wagon Company, and they were built for the southern region. The design was similar to that of the Class 26 and the 27s, which were but also built by the Birmingham Railway Carriage and Wagon Company, but of course, while the 26 and the 27s were sent to Scotland, the 33s, as mentioned, were built for the Southern Railway. They were nicknamed Cromptons due to the fact that they had Crompton Parkinson electrical equipment installed in them. And originally there were only 2 different types. So there was the standard Class 33, and then there was what later became known as the Class 33-2s. From 1967, a 3rd subclass emerged, and so by the time the TOPS classification came about, there were 3 subclasses. So the Class 33-0s were the standard models, which is the one I've got a model of now. Then there were the Class 33-1s, which were the ones fitted with push-pull equipment, and they were compatible with the 4 TCs to work between Bournemouth and Weymouth before electrification, and they were also compatible to work with some of the other southern region EMU stock. And then there were the Class 33-2s, which were nicknamed Slim Jims because they were built to a narrower body profile, enabling them to work on the Hastings line, which until 1986, when it was electrified, it had a very restrictive loading gauge because of the tunnels. The class survived more or less intact until the late 1980s, when withdrawals began, and then withdrawals continued throughout the 90s. However, several examples have been preserved, and there are still some in service on the main line, particularly with West Coast Railways, but obviously plenty about on the Heritage Railway circuit as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the books to one side, and the locomotive itself is right here. Wow. Wow. What can I say? Absolutely beautiful. I mean, start at the front, if it focuses. Come on, should focus. There we go. Very, very characteristic look of the Class 33. Of course, the main difference between this and the Scottish, the Class 26 and the 27s, is the fact that this one has the Southern Region head code blind if the camera focuses again. Let's just bring it up close. I don't know why the camera always finds it so hard to focus, but this one has the Southern Region route blinds. There we go. So that's the main difference. That's the best way you can tell. It doesn't have the head code boxes on top. I mean, just look at all this detail. This is all pre-fitted as well. I mean, if this was like Hornby or Bachmann, they'd make you put all this detail on, but Heljan have done it for you. And you get sprung buffers, so you can clearly see the chain link coupling, the brake pipes, the multiple working jumper cable. Yeah, really, really nice. There's its number, D6577. And if we look inside, you can probably see a bit of the cab detail. Obviously, Class 33s, they had the cab controls duplicated on both sides. I'll just bring my phone. Yeah, you can see some of the cab detail. If we turn to the other side, or if we turn to the front, yeah, you can see. I mean, it's all just moulded inside, but some of the detail is there, which is really, really nice. And then I mean, wow. I mean, it's for such a. I mean, it's not a little loco, but I mean, it's a medium-sized one. There's so much detail packed on it. All these grills here, all these vents are picked out in a separate colour on both sides, rather than just, you know, being one gigantic moulded piece. And speaking of which, this exhaust system here has clearly been separately fitted, which is really, really nice. There's the fan. Now that fan is fake. It doesn't spin. I think it's just part of the moulding underneath, but that's quite a nice effect. This grille on the side here is really, really nice too. There's the British Railways late crest, and you get all this underframe detail as well. I'm not entirely sure what this is right here. It seems to only appear on this particular bogie at the front. If anyone knows, do let me know what this thing is here, but it's really nice that they picked that out in a different colour. And there's the bogies. I mean, the bogies are really, really nicely detailed. The only opening, no opening doors, but that's absolutely fine because you don't really need them. And I really also like this detail on the speedometer on the other side here. Yeah, and even the fuel tank. Although the fuel tank gauge, it is blank, as you can see, but it's okay. It's still a really, really nice loco. And here's the other side where I have fitted a NEM coupling. One thing I had to do is, as you can see, I had to pull out the dummy chain. So whereas it's on the other side, the dummy chain link coupling, I had to pull it out at this end, because otherwise the tension lock coupling would constantly foul with the dummy coupling, and then that would just cause all sorts of problems. It can pull. I've tested this, with rolling stock, and it can pull even with all the brake pipes fitted and stuff. So you don't have to remove all of the detail, but I would definitely recommend you remove the chain link coupling, because that really gets in the way of the tension lock. But that's just me. You get sprung buffers on the rear as well. So yeah, I mean, and you get these separately fitted handrails on the cab doors, and they are separately fitted, and I think they're definitely stainless steel. That's really nice. So yeah, I mean, all in all, and yeah, and also quite heavy, plenty of pulling power there. So yeah, all in all, a fantastically well detailed model. Very nice. My first Heljan model since the Metropolitan Bobo, which I used to have about 5 years ago, but I wasn't very happy with it. The performance of it wasn't good. So for a long time I have been kind of reluctant to buy Heljan models. But let's see if, well, I know already, but we shall see for ourselves if this loco can change my mind. And so let's see how it performs. So here we have the Heljan or Heljan class 33 on the track. What we're going to do is we're going to select her number and watch her go. And as you can see, she does have lights, but only in one direction. So if I switch direction, you can see that the lights so there's no tail lights. I'm not sure if that's prototypical for the early days, but anyway, it's, you know, as long as it's got lights, that's absolutely fine. Anyway, and we'll give her some power and watch her go. And away she goes. Wow. Beautiful. That's one of the smoothest runs I've ever seen. She's making a slight growling noise, which I think is quite typical. Really smooth. Let's get a few shots of her passing. So yeah, really nice. Not much else to say really. So just to conclude this video, I definitely recommend one. Be it in any livery. You know, obviously the 33's run quite a large number of liveries, but I definitely recommend it. It's a brilliant model. Very nice detail, fantastic runner. Yeah, Heljan 33. Big thumbs up from me. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.